Okay, we're going to do some initial stretches and then some restorative poses to just ease the stiff back. So just come into cross-legged sit with your hips at a distinctly level base, and then hold onto your knees, lift up into your chest. Draw your shoulders down, away from your ears, and then take some deep inhalations and deep exhalations. Fill in the lungs from the bottom to the top, and empty in your lungs from the top to the bottom. Just look at something that isn't moving. And then release your knees, bring your hands into Namaste, press the palms firmly together, lengthen from your armpits into your elbows, the elbows into the heels of the hands, the heels of the hands into the fingertips. And with an exhalation, allow your eyes to gently close. Focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations and exhalations. Filling the lungs from the bottom to the top and emptying them from the top to the bottom. With an exhalation, draw your chin down to meet your chest, lifting your chest to meet your chin. Spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere. And then gently release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. Just connect the tip of the index finger with the tip of the thumb. Just a gesture of wisdom, peacefulness that you can bring into your practice. And then raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. So come off your lift and just down onto your feet. Have your knees apart, sitting back on your heels. And then just wriggle into your heels. Lift up into the heart area and then lengthen your arms away. Spending a little time observing how the pose feels for your back and your limbs. Just lengthening into the pose. push yourself up, sitting back onto your heels. Just lift up into the chest, elevating the heart area upwards, drawing your shoulders down. Just spending a moment just listening to the breath. And then turn to the right side, just sitting back on your feet. Draw the abdomen across and the ribs across. The shoulders, keeping your neck soft, just drawing yourself across. And then come back to the centre and then turn to the left. Just drawing yourself across, drawing across from the abdomen. And then gently come back to the centre. Just come up onto your knees, have your hands as wide apart as your mat. Turn your toes under and then just come up into dog down. Just observe how the pose feels for you right now. And then just come back down onto your knees, sit back on your heels. Lift up into the chest, just observe your energy. Just observe the energy that you have released just in those simple limbering poses. So we're going to do some restorative work, so just maybe get another blanket, put that on top of your mat just to give you a little bit of additional comfort, but that's not entirely necessary, but it's good if you've got, but don't worry if you haven't got anything handy. And then you need to get a bolster. Underneath your knees, and then a blanket for underneath your head, just for our initial relaxation pose. So just let yourself release into the floor. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. If it helps you relax, you can put blocks underneath your feet. Otherwise, just use the floor. Make sure you're in a good straight line. Just listen to the breath. So we're not going to stay here for as long as we would normally. Move on to some other poses that lift energy, but just initially allowing yourself to relax into the floor. Just let the body connect to the ground. Observe where the body connects to the ground and where the body connects to the bolster or the mat underneath your head. Just listen to the breath. Just feel feel the skin on the underside of the feet. Become conscious of the skin in the palms of the hands. And then relax the soles of the feet and the tops of the feet. And relax the shins. And the kneecaps. And the thighs. Let that sensation of relaxation rise from the soles of the feet all the way to the hips. And then from the hands, from the palms of the hands, feel the skin of the palms of the hands. And relax the palms of the hands and the backs of the hands. And the forearms. And the elbows. And the upper arms into the shoulders. And then from the hips up into the abdomen, into the rib cage and the spine. And into the shoulders, just relaxing into the floor. Into the neck and into the skull. Just relaxing the skin around the head. Just allowing the whole of the body to relax into the ground. And then when you're ready to disturb yourself, just wiggle your toes and your fingers. Bend your knees, bring your feet onto the bolster. And then roll onto your side, onto your right side, and then sit yourself up. Get your folded blanket, and then if it's folded like a pillow, then unfold it so it's like this, and then fold it down the middle, but just long ways down the middle. So you've got this kind of narrow but thick bolster for your shoulders. It's a little bolster for your shoulders. So keep the bolster underneath your knees, and then you're going to come down onto your back and just have the shoulder blades perched on that on the blanket, and then just rest your arms over your head. So it's the mountain brook pose. I often find that this pose really brings deep energy into the body. So with restorative poses, I'll speak only very minimally. So we'll hold the pose for a while. So for around 5 minutes. So I'll speak less so that you can just use the time to relax rather than listen. Of course, if you're uncomfortable in any way at all, then adjust until you're not uncomfortable. This is a practice of comfort as much as a practice of stillness. Just give yourself permission to relax. Give yourself permission to let go, not being in control of the physical body, just allowing the body to rest. Okay, release your arms to the sides of the body. Bring your feet onto the bolster, and again roll onto your right side, and then straighten out the top leg and come up into a seated position. Just cross legs for a moment, just to observe the energy that you have released through your practice so far. Just grounding that head energy down into the seat bones. And then just get your blanket, unfold it, and then unfold it again. So it's a long open blanket. So still folded, but it's more like a kind of an eighth fold. And then this time you're going to fold it down the middle, and then fold it down the middle again. So you get, again, just a little mini bolster. If there's like kind of hemming and stuff, have that at the head end. You don't really want it at the kind of bottom of your back. So you're gonna just sit with the bolster staying underneath your knees, and just gonna lengthen your spine down along that folded blanket, and then get the end of the blanket, roll it up so it becomes a little pillow, and then allow the legs to relax. So again, just if it doesn't feel comfortable, adjust until it does. Let the legs completely relax. You can even let the feet hover in the air a little. You might need to adjust the position of the bolster to maximize the sensation of extension in the spine. So this is the spinal lengthening pose. So if you get the bolster in the right position behind the backs of the knees or backs of the thighs or backs of the calves, then it feels as though the spine is being lengthened. It's very energizing. Really nice recovery position for your back. Again, just let the body relax into the floor. Okay, and already just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and then bend your knees, and then roll yourself off the little blanket, and then just again sit yourself in cross legs and observe the energy of the spine. Observe how your energy has become more core centered. Okay, just move the blanket, just unfold it, and then kind of make a little pillow with, just fold it up until it's a little pillow shape. And then we're going to do a side stretch, which is really nice for the back. So just have your bolster. You can have two bolsters or you can make it a bit higher, put the blanket on top, just see how that feels, see how it feels without it. It's just going to be the side of the waist, just to come across, so those abdominal walls just resting into the bolster, and then you stretch your arms out. Make sure that your arms and your legs feel like they're in a good straight line, and then just allow the body to relax. So you might want to keep the feet together or have one in front of the other. Try not to roll onto your front, stay on your side. So it's the sides of the abdomen that are supported by the bolster, and just allow the rest of the body to sink into the floor. Just let the body relax. Just bit by bit, observe where your body is holding tension and release. So the area between the hip and the lower ribs, that is the area that's supported by the bolster. Between the hip and the lower ribs. So restorative yoga is a really good practice to keep in your back pocket. Sometimes the more full-on styles of yoga, they always feel good to do, but sometimes the body needs something more gentle. So the effort required is 0, but there is a sensation of stretch that's profound, bringing great additions to your energy. Try not to hold the pose, let the body sink into the ground, sink into the bolster. Gently roll onto your front and then come up onto your knees, onto your elbows, onto your knees, and then sit back on your heels. Just observe the energy that you've released. So a deep sensation of stretch on that bolster side. So let's do the other side to even that out. So just come onto your side again, but the other side this time. Have a bolster in that area between the hip and the lower ribs. Just stretching out initially, and then allowing the body to relax into the pose. Okay, just again roll onto your front. Push your elbows into the floor and then push yourself up onto your knees. And then sit back on your heels, observing the energy of the body. And then if you've got two bolsters, layer them one on top of the other. If you don't, then just have one bolster, and you can maybe put some blocks underneath the bolster just to raise it up a little. So a couple of blocks like this, and you can just put your bolster on top of that. That will just give you a bit of additional height. And then lengthen along bolster, rest your head on one side, and then release the back into the pose, just resting down in the child's pose. So have your head on one side, and we will just go from one side to the other on the head as we stay. Just allow the arms to relax down into the floor. Try not to support your weight with your elbow. Just feel the space around the lower back. Breathe into the lower back. Swap the position of your head, just rest your head on the other side, just to stretch out the neck evenly. Just swap the position of your head again. Okay, bring your hands into the floor, push yourself up into seated position, just observing the release in your back, and then just move bolsters out of the way. Have one bolster for underneath your knees, have a blanket for underneath your head. Just the last couple of minutes, just allowing yourself to just completely release into the floor. Just let the body become heavy. And then out of that heaviness comes a sensation of energetic lightness, radiating from the bones and into the muscles, into the organs, into the flesh and the skin. And then when you're ready to disturb yourself, just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Bend your knees, bring your feet onto the bolster. And then gently roll over onto your right side. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Just cross legs with your hands in Namaste, just a final spinal lift. Draw your breath in through your nose down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you've released through your practice this morning, that good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the extensions and the restorative poses bring to the body and to the mind. And then gently draw your chin down to meet your chest. Lift your chest up to meet your chin. Just spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you've created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then gently release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. Bring the tip of the index finger with the tip of the thumb gesture of wisdom and intelligence and peacefulness that we can carry with us into our day. And then raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. So hopefully you feel as though you have really lifted your energy, giving yourself good positive energy to put into your day. Thank you very much for joining me.